Hey y'all, it's your girl Hope, your TV movie bestie, and I'm back with episode 4 of Paradise. Okay, the category for this episode is called Why? Because why? All right, so we start with Xavier and Annie. Annie has nursed Xavier back to health. He's, healing, recovering well. And he's like, all right, I gotta go find my wife in Atlanta. And so she's like, I need to go find my baby daddy in Colorado. So he's like, when we find my wife, then I can take you to Colorado. So she's like, okay. So in the meantime, all this is happening with them. We go 3 years back in time to the bunker. So this is the first birth in the bunker. This lady's having a baby. And by the way, Hulu, if y'all want me to be on the show, just say that. Paradise, if you need me to come through, I got you. If y'all want me to come interview any of the cast members, all you gotta do is ask. Like, y'all talking about something, y'all wanna name the baby Hope? Okay, anyway. So, the lady's getting ready to have her baby. All right, so let's go back to Annie and Calvin. So they on a journey. Okay, they get to a rest point, which, by the way, let's just pause here. So just to be very clear, everybody is in the bunker. Sinatra, Xavier, all of them, the president, and then everybody else that's left is living up in the real world in whatever's left of the real world. Like, and I mean, it looked kind of like The Walking Dead, but it's like normal. They breathing, they living, they thriving. I mean, they ain't really thriving, but they living. And so everybody is just down in the bunker thinking that it ain't no more world and it's a whole world up there. So yeah, anyways. Okay, so they get to a little place they're stopped and they about, they rest up for the day, then they about to go. First, why? Here go Annie, water breaking, going into labor. Why we doing that? I know she was going to have that baby, but like, please, we don't have time for this right now. So, also, Annie got preeclampsia. Why? Why does she have to have some kind of issue? Like, okay. So Annie's like, I got to get back in. Like, I need help, Xavier. So Xavier's like, we in a diner. Ain't nothing in here I can help deliver a baby, help you with. So on the way in, they saw some people on the road. And so he's like, I'm going to go try to find them people and get some help. And Annie's like, hell no. Like, bruh, do not leave me. Stay here, help me. And I'm with Annie. Like, Xavier, we don't know them people. We don't know if they friend or foe. We don't know what's going on. Like, please just stay here. So he does not. He goes. And thankfully, the people are nice. They come. They got midwives, Okay. So they deliver the baby. Everything seemed like it's going okay, except for then they can't stop the bleeding. And they can't get the placenta out. And I'm like, damn it. Maternal mortality, why? So I was like, Annie is hemorrhaging. She gonna bleed out. Why do we have to have that? Y'all let Annie survive the end of the world all by herself, hold up at Graceland for at least 8 months, and now y'all gonna let her die? Like, she ain't even gonna get to be with her baby? Writers, why are we doing that? So, of course, Annie bleeds out and she is like with Xavier. She's written a letter to her daughter. She's like, give this to my baby. Take her to Colorado, find her father, like, promise me you'll do that. So, he's like, of course I got to do that. And she just like dies in his arms. And y'all, I was broken. Like, I said, damn. Oh my gosh. Then, so they bury Annie and the horse won't even leave her graveside. I was like, please, why do we have to do this? Okay. So, now Xavier, he's headed back to Atlanta, to find his wife. Okay. Let's go back to the bunker. The baby is born. There are some complications, but the baby makes it and the mama's at home. She's with the baby. And Sinatra, shows up at the house. Now, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. I thought Sinatra was there to steal that baby. I don't know where she was gonna go because they in a bunker. But I just thought she was gonna steal that baby from that lady. So the lady is like, I could use a nap. Can you watch him for a little while? So the baby's name is Calvin. So she does. She's on the porch with the baby. And she tells the baby that one day he will see real stars and he will live in the real world again. And nobody knows that but her. She has a plan. And I'm like, here she go. But now remember, this is 3 years ago. So then fast forward back to Xavier. Okay, Xavier gets to Atlanta. He rolls up on this guy that's like, hey, you must be Xavier. Whoa, bruh. Who you? How you know me? What you want with me? So he's like, your wife is basically like my sister. She's been my best friend for the past 3 years. And now she gone. Gone? What? First of all, I thought we was going to take many more episodes to get to Atlanta. But now we in Atlanta and Terry gone. What a wife. Like, ugh. Okay. So anyways, the last little thing is Annie's baby daddy, him and his crew, they get to the bunker. Also, I was like, what if there is more than one bunker? What if they ain't even at the right bunker? I'm just saying. But anyways, he shows up at a bunker. He's got these signs. He's holding up to the camera. Very reminiscent of Love Actually, where he's just like, take me to your leader. I come in peace. And he's like, I'm asking you nicely, but I ain't going to ask for too long. And I said, what they about to do? Because we know they gangster. So anyways, that's episode 4. Y'all, I'm on the edge of my seat. I live for this show. What y'all think Sinatra, her plan is? Like, what's really going on? And where is Terry? What y'all think? So let me know in the comments below. Go watch it. Weigh in. Let's talk about it. And I'm gonna see y'all in episode 5, besties. Until then, bye.